Alright, so let me give you a quick tutorial of Demorecord. Now, this is just going to be very simple on how to capture one and then how to set up a simple camera path within the Demorecord tool so that you can make some epic camera sweeps in your Foundry trailer. So, let's get started. Alright, so I'm in Stowe right now, hanging out on Deep Space Nine, my favorite promenade. This is my walking spot. I walk around here when I get bored over and over. Basically, I'm just going to get a demo record of me walking around the promenade. Alright, so to start, I'm going to go into your chat box and type in the following command, /demorecord space, and then the title of what you want your demo file to be called. So I'm going to call mine Walk Murphy. Then you press enter, and you will now see everything will refresh, and then you will see demo recording over here on the left in red font. So now the entire zone and everything in it is being recorded. Now if you go to do a map transfer, say out to orbit Deep Space Nine or on dock or do something, I don't know, the demo recorder is going to stop. So it will only last as long as you're in this zone. If you map transfer, it will stop the demo record. You'll have to start a new one. So let's do some walking around. In fact, let me do another one, because that's a lot of standing around for a pointless one. So I'm just going to start a new one. So right off the bat, we can start walking. So I'm going to call this Walk Murphy 2. Alright, zone refresh. Demo record has started. So walking around, and we'll run, enter the turbo lift, and just go up. Alright, so I'm going to stop the demo record by doing the command you actually saw when I stopped it before. /demorecord stop. This will stop your demo record. The font will go away, and that indicates you're no longer demo recording. Now, demo records, I'd say, keep recording for about a minute to 2 at most. The longer they get, the more funky they can get when you're trying to load them back up for editing. Long ones for like a whole PvP match that might last 15 minutes. You have a very good chance of losing that, and so I'd say just do them in small increments from 1 to 2 minutes. Alright, so now that I have the demo file, how are we supposed to go and find it and edit it? Well, basically, I'm going to log out of Stowe. Oh no! So now that we're logged out of Stowe, I'm going to open up what I like to call, and what many people like to call, the Stowe Demo Launcher. Now this is something that the player Rachel Garrett has come up with to help you easily find your demo records. There is a way to do it from the Stowe launcher, which I will show you right here.
Right, from the Star Trek Online launcher, once you log in, go to Options, and then here at the Advanced Command line, you will type in the following code, --demo_play space, and then the name of your file, and that will bring up your demo record from the launcher.
But that way is less reliable, harder to do. This is much easier. Plus, it comes in with some really nice features for like swapping out NPC costumes for other things and stuff like that. But we're not going to go into that because it's just very simple demo record editing and stuff. So, bam, I'm not updating. I haven't updated in a while. I probably should, but I haven't. I've been lazy. All right, we're going to go to date created. So the most recent one is at the top, Walk Murphy 2. Double click on to open it, and you will be taken to a screen that is very much like the one you see when you launch Stowe. There we go. Alright, so as you can see here, it is starting to load up. Now, we are exactly on the path that the camera usually shows when you are running around. Now, of course, that's lame. We want to be scrolling around and stuff. So, pause the record, rewind it. Let everything Alright, so basic features here is rewind, play, pause, and all that other cool, funky stuff. That's how you're going to control the time of your demo record. Transparent just makes the overlay transparent, because when you bring up the camera path editor, it cuts off part of the window. So this isn't what's going to be entirely recorded, or that's not going to be your entire view. This is. So sometimes when you're wanting to see, okay, I'm lining up a camera shot, you probably want to be on this. You can see, okay, this is what I'm fully getting, not just the little window when it's not transparent. Now, to move the camera into free mode, hold down F2 and hold down the right mouse button, and then you can let go of F2. And then, hey, you can kind of move the camera around. And then by clicking the left mouse button, you can move a little bit. The longer you hold it down, the farther you move, and the faster. So as you can see, we're starting to move around. I don't know why you're jumping up there, but okay. And now you can start setting up a cool camera path. Now I'm just going to let this play for about a minute or two so you don't have DOFs, or BOFs and NPCs and stuff just appearing out of nowhere. So let's give it a second. Now there is no way to remove the... Captain Marshall is logged on. Thanks a lot, Captain Marshall. Not calling you out, sorry. Anyway, so there is no way to remove that. So at least there was a way. I remember removing stuff like that. Something happened where you can't do that anymore, and I don't know why it even shows up in Demorecord, but whatever. The best info I can give you is either remove everybody from your friends list. If you don't want to do that, then just keep an eye out when you're taking a Demorecord, so that in crucial parts when you're recording, that you know that you need that footage, just make sure nobody logs on. But it can be tricky. So let's line up a camera shot. To start creating your first camera path, click the Add Path button. Just go with Easy Path. There's tons of stuff here, but I only use Easy Path because it's easy. And then you're going to set up your first camera point. We're going to start it right here because I like this scene. And remember, this is all what you're seeing right here. So I'm just keeping it off transparent right now just so you can easily see what's going on over here. You're going to add your first point, which is this is where your camera path is going to start. And each additional point you add is where the camera is going to be moving to throughout the Demorecord. Now you have your first point in the path set up. But the camera is going to be at this point at 0 seconds, which is right as the demo is coming up and there are no NPCs around. So I suggest give yourself about 2 to 3 seconds while the NPCs of the zone show up and then start your action if you're trying to get action for the footage. Now, as you can see, the time code we're currently at is 3.558, and that's where I want my camera path to start because at that exact moment, this is what the scene's going to look like. And so let's go to the hold time, which is going to hold the camera here until that point. So nothing else will be going on. So 3.558. Alright, so basically by putting in the hold time there, this is where your footage is really going to start. So that's the best info I can give you onto how to easily start setting up your camera path. Is step 1, make sure point 1 has a hold time of where you want your footage to start recording from when you actually go to record it. Now I'm going to, for setting up my next camera point, I'm going to play the video for about a minute, or not a minute, a second, to about 4.426 seconds. That's what I got. Basically it's the same shot because, hey, Nico isn't running. So, but you can move the camera a little bit. Just a little bit, because remember, it's only a second between that camera point and this one. So if you go to the other side of the promenade, it's just going to zip over there. Now if you go there slowly, it makes a more smooth camera path over to that area. So about a second later, the camera will be here, showing off exactly this scene. Now, point 2 is set up for a completely different time than this. Now, it's not too far off. You say, oh, it's only like a millisecond or something. As you go along, Easy Path has a bad time with time. And so as you put points down, the gaps between each point gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So like between a small point, for right now, it's like a second. But as you keep adding points, the times between those points goes to like 5 seconds, then 10 seconds, then 20 seconds. So you get to the point where your camera's just creeping along. So the best way to do this is to manually put in the time codes. So here we go. The next, about a second later, the camera will be here. Now Nico starts walking, so I'm going to move the camera here. Plug in the time. And pretty much it's just repeat. Play the video for a second. Move the camera to where you want it. Add the point. Plug in the time. And repeat. So let me just do that a couple times, and we'll have a camera path set up. Alright, there we go. So that's the camera path I'm going to have set up for this tutorial and this scene. So now, in order for Demorecord to notice you've actually done anything and you actually set up a camera path, you're going to have to save your camera path. Now anytime you change even one thing, you must save. So, if there's a little star like there was before there, that means, hey, you need to save so I can know your changes that you made to your camera path or whatever to the demo file. So now it's saved, and now, here we go. This is the camera path we got. Okay, so here we go. The demo has recognized that we have a camera path set up, and now we get to play it. Now, do remember, when you're playing it, if you have this up, you're only seeing part of it, you can take off your camera path editor, which will take away the camera path line that we'll be showing, which you can kind of see it there. And you'll be able to see the entire thing of your Demorecord. Here we go. So here's the path I have set up. There's Captain Marshall logging on. That's a very important part. There we go. That's the Demorecord of Nico Murphy running into the turbolift on DS9. Alright, so there's nothing in Stow that will let you record these into playable video formats. You have to use something like Fraps or other stuff out there to record your footage. You can set up the window and just record it from there. There's also another major downside to Demorecord, and this is something Cryptic has shown no intention of fixing, even though they wish they could. So Cryptic, get on this, because this is what's kind of killing Demorecords in Foundry trailers. Foundry NPCs that you make within the Foundry do not show up in Demorecord. Yeah, I know. It sucks. So say you make Helena, because she's not an NPC that comes in automatically from your standard NPCs that you're given. So like all the Federation Starfleet security officers that are in the Foundry right now, for everybody, no matter what, you don't have to make it. Those are seen in the Demorecords. Something you make just for that mission, like a Helena, that's not going to show up in your Demorecord. Which, that kind of sucks, because maybe you have a scene where she's talking to someone and the Gorn's coming up to kill her, like from Helena and back. You're not going to be able to get footage of that because Helena's not there. Probably the Gorn is, though, because it's not a customized Gorn. If it's just a standard one, that will show up, but Helena will not. And the same goes for any other standard NPC you see. So it's kind of a downside with using Demorecord for Foundry trailers, which is why they've kind of been on the decline, which sucks, and that's why we're having this competition, because we really think Foundry trailers are a great way to plug your missions and to get people to play them, because if they see a really cool trailer, it's just like a movie. You go and see it. In Stow, you go and play it. And it's a great way just to market, and it's a cool little art that people have been doing. Demorecord is an awesome tool, and I really think Cryptic should start taking more looks at it, because people are doing machinima projects, Foundry trailers, tons of stuff with this tool. It's really cool. There's more tutorials out there on like YouTube and such on more of the options you have within Demorecord. Definitely check them out if you're planning on using this tool for multiple projects. But this is just the basics on getting you into the Demorecord tool to use it for your trailer, because it shows just another level of awesomeness in Foundry trailers in Star Trek Online.